Okay, Stranger Things fans, we need to talk. After 3 years of waiting, the Duffer Brothers have finally delivered the beginning of the end. And I'm not exaggerating when I say these first 4 episodes are absolutely mind-blowing. I'm going to walk you through everything that happened, break down the major plot points, and discuss what it all means for our beloved characters. So if you're ready, let's dive into the Upside Down one more time. Right off the bat, we see a time jump, and Hawkins is completely transformed. It's not the small town we fell in love with anymore. It's a militarized zone under complete lockdown. The Byers family has moved in with the Wheelers. You can imagine Mike's dad isn't exactly thrilled about this, but when the world's ending, you make compromises. Now here's something cool. Robin and Steve have started a radio station called WSQ. They're basically the voice of Hawkins now, keeping everyone informed. And through their broadcasts, we learn what's been happening since that devastating Season 4 finale. Most residents have packed up and left. The ones who stayed, they're living under strict quarantine. The military's official story is that those ash-like particles falling from the sky are spreading disease. Everyone has to go through daily medical checkups. Those massive cracks in the earth have been sealed with steel plates. And remember the Hawkins Library? That's now a military access control zone. That means stay away unless you want to get arrested. This is what Vecna's actions have turned our beloved Hawkins into. So you're probably wondering, where's 11 in all of this? She's missing. Well, technically, she's in hiding. Hopper and Joyce planned this whole thing after Season 4 ended. The military has been hunting her down, convinced she's the one responsible for all the chaos. To move around without being detected, 11 uses the underground tunnel system beneath Hawkins. But here's the thing. She hasn't been cowering in fear. Our girl has been training hard, getting stronger, mastering her abilities. She knows the final battle is coming, and she's preparing for it. Meanwhile, Dustin is keeping Eddie's memory alive by wearing his Hellfire Club shirt everywhere. He even announces he's going to restart the club, which sadly gets him beaten up pretty badly. But that's Dustin for you, loyal to the end. He refuses to let Eddie be remembered as a monster. All right, now things start getting really intense. The military has done something we never expected. They've established actual research facilities inside the Upside Down. They're running regular supply convoys through the gate at Hawkins Library. So our gang develops a risky plan they call the Crawl. The idea is simple but dangerous. Hopper hides in one of these supply trucks, gets transported into the Upside Down, and searches for Vecna. Here's the crazy part. They've already tried this 37 times, 37 attempts, and still no sign of Vecna. But today's mission is different. Today, everything goes catastrophically wrong. A Demogorgon attacks the convoy out of nowhere. Hopper gets trapped in the Upside Down with no way out. And then we learn something that absolutely shocked me. The Demogorgon attacking them? It's Holly Wheeler. Let that sink in for a moment. Little Holly Wheeler has been turned into a Demogorgon. Remember how she'd been talking to an imaginary friend? She called him Mr. Whatsit. Well, there's nothing imaginary about him. It's Henry Creel. It's Vecna. And he's been manipulating her this entire time. He's taken her into the Upside Down. During the attack, both of Holly's parents are critically injured. Her father falls into a coma. Her mother needs emergency surgery. The Wheeler family is being torn apart. But here's where something even stranger happens. Will can see through Holly's eyes. He's literally experiencing everything from her point of view. And this changes everything we thought we understood about Will's connection to the Upside Down. You see, Will isn't just sensing Vecna anymore like he did in previous seasons. He's actually linked to the hive mind itself. He can see through the eyes of anyone Vecna controls. And because of this ability, he identifies Vecna's next target, a boy named Derek Turnbow. Lucas makes a terrifying observation that gives us all chills. Will disappeared on November 6th back in Season 1. Holly just disappeared on November 3rd. Do you see the pattern? Vecna is speeding up. His timeline is accelerating. Whatever his final plan is, it's happening soon. The team manages to rescue Derek just before Vecna can take him, But when a Demogorgon shows up to collect the boy, Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, and Dustin do something incredibly brave and incredibly stupid. They follow the creature through the gate. So now we have two separate teams trapped in the Upside Down. Hopper and 11 are in one location. Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, and Dustin are somewhere else entirely. Back in Hawkins, the military is reviewing surveillance footage from Holly's disappearance. And guess who they spot at the scene? 11. She and Will had tried to save Holly, but arrived too late. The military's response is ruthless. They round up every single child in town, lock them in the military access control zone, and use them as bait. Their logic? When 11 tries to save another kid, they'll capture her. While saving Derek from the Demogorgon, Will experiences the most powerful and disturbing vision he's ever had. He sees this horrible place where 3 children are being held prisoner, including Holly. But according to Will, there should be 12 children in total at that location. 12 victims. And Vecna is actively collecting them. So they form a desperate rescue plan. They'll send Derek into the facility where the military is holding all the children. He'll secretly identify which kids have seen Mr. Whatsit. Then the team will create a hidden escape route through the bathroom, and Murray will be waiting outside with his van to get everyone to safety. I have to say, the plan actually works for the most part. They manage to save the kids. But Joyce, Mike, and Will get caught by the military in the process. Meanwhile, inside the Upside Down, Hopper and 11 discover something absolutely massive. A wall. But this isn't like the gates or portals we've seen before. This wall is incredibly thick, completely stable, and seemingly impenetrable. Then they get a message from Dustin telling them he's also standing in front of a wall, but he's in a completely different location. That's when Dustin figures it out. It's not just a wall, it's a circle, a complete barrier that's somehow surrounding the entire Upside Down. And get this, the center point of this massive circle? Hawkins' lab. The exact spot where the very first gate was opened all those years ago, where this nightmare began. But wait, there's another crucial discovery. We learned that 11 has an actual weakness. High-frequency sound waves temporarily disable her powers. It's basically her kryptonite, and unfortunately, the military knows about it. Hopper and 11 track down a military facility deep in the Upside Down. The doctor is stationed there, and they're using those sound frequencies to suppress someone's powers. They decide to infiltrate the base to find out who's being held there. But the moment they enter, 11 realizes they've walked straight into a trap. Speakers are installed throughout the entire facility. Her powers are gone. Hopper gets captured. When the military tries to interrogate Hopper, he refuses to cooperate. Instead, he does something shocking. He kills the doctor right there. But then Hopper does something even more unexpected. He essentially turns himself into a suicide bomber. His plan is simple and tragic. If he can just reach Vecna, he'll detonate and end this war once and for all, even if it costs him his life. When 11 figures out what he's planning, she's devastated. She tries to stop him, but Hopper locks her out of the room. He forces her to escape while she still has the chance. It's one of the most heartbreaking moments of the season. Now let's talk about where Holly actually is, because this is fascinating. She's inside Victor Creel's house. But it's not the real house. It's a mental construct. Something Henry created inside his own mind. And here's the weird part. Holly is happy there. She's playing, completely unaware of the danger she's in. Everything seems fine until she receives a strange message in a mailbox. It says Henry needs help in the woods. Even though Henry specifically warned her never to go into the woods, she feels compelled to check if he really needs her. In the woods, she discovers this strange rock wall with these narrow passages leading inside. As she peers into the darkness, someone suddenly starts chasing her. It's Max. And this is where we finally learn what happened after Max went into that coma at the end of Season 4. When Max technically died and then came back to life, she didn't wake up in a hospital. She became trapped in a memory loop of the Creel house. The same memories, over and over again, with no way to break free. But something changed when Lucas played her favorite song while she was lying in that hospital bed. Somehow the music broke through. She suddenly gained access to different memories, her own memories, her real life. After reliving all of them, she saw it. A portal back to reality, a way home. But then the song stopped playing, and the portal closed right in front of her. That's when Henry found her in this realm and started hunting her down. While running for her life, Max reached this mysterious wall. And when Henry got close to it, something incredible happened. He became terrified, genuinely scared, like something traumatic had happened to him there. Vecna cannot enter that wall. He physically won't go near it. And that's why Max is still in a coma in the real world. Because she's actually alive in this place, trapped inside the boundaries of this wall. She's even built herself a small shelter there, having accepted that there's no escape. But now that Holly's arrived, Max has hope again. Because if someone from the outside can enter this place, maybe someone can find a way out. Back in Hawkins, as the children are escaping from the military facility, Vecna senses what's happening. Demogorgons start appearing everywhere throughout the town. Will sees all of it through his visions, watching helplessly as Vecna's forces close in from every direction. And then Vecna himself emerges through the gate. He's so much stronger than before. You can actually see the Demogorgons becoming more powerful just from being in his presence. Vecna calls Will over to him, and what he reveals is chilling. He explains his entire plan. He's specifically using children to reshape reality because they're vulnerable, easy to control, easy to manipulate. Their minds can be molded. Will was his very first victim, the weakest and most controllable of all. That's when Vecna truly discovered the extent of what he was capable of. After dropping this bombshell, Vecna returns to the Upside Down. The Demogorgons start dragging the captured children back through the portal, and that's when something absolutely extraordinary happens. Every single Demogorgon suddenly freezes in midair. Something is stopping them. Someone is stopping them. It's Will. Earlier in the episode, Mike said something really important to Will. He told him that he was the heart of their entire group, that his power didn't come from some external source. It came from within him, from who he is. This statement triggers a memory for Will. The day he and Mike first met, the day they built Castle Byers together, that moment of pure friendship and connection. And through that memory, Will finally unlocks his abilities. What happens next is absolutely stunning. Will kills every single Demogorgon in Hawkins. He uses the exact same technique that Vecna used on his victims throughout Season 4. But here's what makes this moment so incredible. These Demogorgons aren't all in one place. They're scattered across different locations. Some are near Murray's truck. Others are in the underground tunnels. More are at the military facility. Will is controlling all of them at the same time, destroying them simultaneously. His power might actually be greater than Eleven's. We're witnessing something we never expected. While Will is discovering his incredible abilities in Hawkins, Eleven makes a discovery of her own in the Upside Down. Hopper returns. He's alive. Against all odds, he survived. He takes Eleven to that room where the military was using the sound frequencies to suppress someone's powers. They open the door expecting to find Vecna imprisoned there. But it's not Vecna. It's Kali, 08. Eleven's long-lost sister from Season 2. And that's exactly where Part 1 ends, leaving us all desperate for answers. Okay, let's take a breath and talk about what we just witnessed. These 4 episodes have set up something truly massive for the final chapter. Yes, we didn't see as much of Vecna directly as we might have wanted, but look at everything the Duffer Brothers have carefully put in place. Will has powers now. Real, tangible powers that might rival or even exceed Eleven's abilities. What does this mean for the final battle? Kaylee is back after all these years. What role is she going to play? How will her illusion powers factor into defeating Vecna? There's this mysterious wall completely surrounding the Upside Down, with Hawkins' lab at its center. What is it? Who built it? Why is it there? Max is trapped in a mental realm where Vecna literally cannot reach her. How does she escape? And what did she discover about that wall that terrifies Vecna so much? Where exactly is Holly being held? And why is that specific location so important? Will had a vision of 12 children imprisoned somewhere. Who are these children? What happens when Vecna manages to collect all of them? And here's the biggest question of all. Why is Vecna doing any of this? Yes, he wants to reshape reality using children as his vessels. But what's his actual endgame? What is he really trying to build or become? These are the questions that are going to drive Part 2 when it drops. The Duffer Brothers have brought back elements from every previous season. They've given us character moments we've been waiting literal years to see. Steve and Dustin's friendship. Will finally getting his moment. Max's storyline continuing. And they've raised the stakes higher than we ever thought possible. The final battle is coming. The war between our world and the Upside Down is about to reach its conclusion. And after watching these 4 episodes, I genuinely believe the wait is going to be worth it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I want to hear your theories in the comments below. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think they're going to defeat Vecna? What's the significance of that wall? Drop your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next breakdown. Until then, friends, stay strange.